Hi Capricorn. Welcome to your Libra season reading. All information to work with me one-on-one is below, as well as the extended version of this reading, which will be in the first link below. My website is up, it's easier access. I have some notes here, and my kitty has been in and out, so I just want you to be aware of that. But let's get into your reading. For Capricorn rising, this will affect your 10th house this month. The eclipse coming up as well. I put out a video for that yesterday. Yeah, so first things first is that you are finding agency in your life. Whether you realize it or not, you are looking forward into the future. Whether you're feeling confident in the way that you normally feel or not, there's a courage and a bravery present here. This is a moving forward. This is a shift that affects your life internally and externally. This is being guided by the present moment, the best that you can, as much as you can. Six of Wands. This is you needing to give space to the parts of you that don't feel worthy. This is you finally doing something to heal maybe the parts of you that don't or haven't felt worthy, and now you are in a space where you do. Where you also realize it's bringing you through to these doubts that you've seen and experienced. But now you're having a moment of faith. Faith in who you are and what you've already created thus far, physically, but the value that you've also created in what you have created. The structure, what you believe in. And if you're wanting to dive deeper into that, you may want to relate spiritually. You may want to even find yourself in a space of learning. For others of you, it's an opportunity for growth in your job, your career, your role. So if it's your role, maybe you take on a different study. Maybe there's some way that you can up your value even more and you want to do that for yourself. For others of you, it's getting a raise, promotion that comes along with has other benefits to it. There will be a need to stand your ground as well. To devote attention to what it is that you're creating in your life. That as you move forward presently, you're being given different moments of transforming pain, which also can be doubt, into what if this is an opportunity to reconnect spiritually? What if this is an opportunity to reconnect with some roots? Sometimes if you don't know, it's best to ask your ancestors, the ether, the universe, the part of you which I was reminded of by a dear friend, Capricorn rising. What if you did know? What if you did know what it is that you're doing and wanting to create? What if it came to you? What if it was easy? What if you were already working on it? And now you get to be in more of a conscious relationship with it, with what you're creating. Because you've gotten to a point where you feel secure. And now you are the change agent. You are the pure reason to go through this transformation. Not that you need one, you are it. You are your reason. And knowing that it's going to bring up doubts, wanting to people please, wanting to give reason for what you're needing, the time that you're needing, the value that you're finding in this time. Virgo is still in, our Mercury is still in Virgo. It will change the day after this comes out. But Virgo season has helped you get into your mind and help you take a look at things as if there's no finite. Mutable Earth reminds Cardinal that even in your redirection, there may be more redirection. There may need to be a shift in the structure. It reminds you to reflect. It reminds you to know that you can move forward knowing that you can always reflect, right? It reminds you of that this time that you spend with yourself, or your time that you spend intentionally with yourself as a creation, as a creator, as a creation, as someone, a creator creating as a creation that is a creator creating creation, right? Crazy. And even that, you're like, okay, well, whatever, I don't need that, but it's funny, right? It's funny to think about and intellectualize those things. And if you don't find it funny, that's fine. It's just knowing that your spiritual guidance and what you put value into will come through. It'll come through the way you think, the way you speak, the way you treat others, the way you treat yourself, the way you treat your mind, the way you treat your creations. Do you have a space, or do you create it wherever you go, right? Like, I like to have incense or Palo Santo or something smoky that kind of puts me in this realm. I like to have just certain things around me. Even if I'm going somewhere, there's I have my own rituals, my own cycles. And for a lot of you, this is about doing something that you feel worthy of, speaking your truth, whatever you've been experiencing, whatever you've been digesting. And it's creating a space where you are, so agency is like creating a division, creating a space where you're relating to yourself. Again, you're the pure reason for that. You have clear insight for it, and this is where you can allow yourself to feel through some things that you've needed to. You're not truly separate, but you're creating a space a space safe enough for your nervous system to go through what it needs to, because when our nervous system changes, a lot of times there's feelings that come from it. Giving space for those feelings, giving space for conversations within yourself that's being brought up. That whatever this creating and relating is doing for you is bringing up the shift within your mind, so you can stay open and not closed off to the abundance that is continuously making its way towards you. This is also the Four of Cups. So this abundance making its way to you just needs you to have some flexibility, essentially. All the earth signs are out though, so it's like the moment you look away from material abundance and find faith within yourself, because you're you're just so earthly and strong, you start to pull and magnetize everything you need towards you, including the conversations that you need to have and what provokes the conversation with yourself. You realize how you like to relate to people. You realize that you do need to have your own identity as well as, and to feel worthy of that regardless of your status, your career, your role that you play. You need separation. You need and want to feel abundant, all of the skills that you bring to the table and all of your talents and all your uniqueness, and just being yourself. And this is something that you may have felt innately at some time, but this is like a very interesting, whatever role you're going to be playing, whatever career, whatever's happening is going to shift your identity, shift the way that you go about your work. You know, you go about your day-to-day, how you go about your interactions. Because whatever you're physically understanding and learning to acknowledge within your body, you, in the ways that are necessary, meaning like, again, expressing whatever you're digesting through an art form, through contemplation, through writing, through whatever it is. And I do think it's writing. There's a lot of writing properties here, so I do highly recommend writing or using your hands in some way. And, you know, working with that structure and that view, or being able to, even sculpting, whatever it is that has change to it. Sculpting yourself. It's realizing, like, when you get stuck somewhere, Capricorn, what do you need? Maybe it's a perspective shift. Maybe you need to realize that maybe you're feeling lack somewhere that isn't normal for you and doesn't normally occur in this way. And so you are now having a moment to heal and acknowledge this part of you, and you may have this release from this nervous system's change, and you notice that you're responding differently in this, from this worthy place that does solidify that you are you, and you have shifted, which brings more into your life, so much more. The ideas, the energy for the ideas, the follow through, the connecting all the parts, knowing that Libra season gives you that energy and you can flow with it and direct this, and it can make its way through the airwaves and can transform your life. Sweetie, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're gonna sit right there. With this abundance, you can make a lot of magic. You can alchemize and transform your life for years to come. And so you start to put that quality intention into it. You start to put that quality, those quality questions into it. I'm sorry, sweetie, but I need to move you, okay? Just give me a moment here. Thank God for memory. And in a way, what I was gonna say if I didn't say, and if I'm repeating this, there's a reason. If you're finding that you're needing and you're having a moment of doubt, or you're moving through that transformative space, addressing your ancestors, addressing the people who have gotten you thus far, addressing who has helped you along the way, even if you don't exactly know, like, the spirit, right, or the person, you just know that something has been guiding you. Honoring them in a physical way. Maybe you pray, maybe you set up an altar, maybe you, there you go. Maybe it's honoring the feminine and the masculine. Let's see if there's any more messages, but I feel like that was very clear. For some of you, the moment you move on, you'll be set up with, someone will come towards you with an opportunity or an idea. And I just want you to notice what your initial response is, what your initial reaction is. And then I want you to take it into the part of you that feels worthy. And if that causes any doubt. That's a lot of cards. Okay. As you traverse this, as you go through this portal in time, as the World card comes up, it's Pluto that's calling you forward. It's the Pluto retrograde that is making all of the small things feel very big, because when you connect them all, it is very big. And it's just knowing that you have the strength, that you have been putting your energy into yourself. And if you haven't, I highly recommend to start doing that more. And to know that whatever you decide to take responsibility for, whatever decisions you're weighing out, they're already transforming your life. Venus is in Scorpio, and that would be in your 11th house of community and how you relate to people. There is perhaps a moment where, and if it's with a Scorpio, you have this moment of emotional maturity, of how it is that you're choosing to commit to your life moving forward. Again, this deepening, this abundance moment brings about the decisions that you need to make internally, gives you the strength, maybe you've been asking for the strength to transform through this process, to grow as a person who can handle the commitment, the process, the abundance at hand, and that you're moving towards. Where Pluto, oh my God, is helping you initiate and transform your life in a way that is not only emotional, but physically rewarding. It brings you maybe more love and a deepening. This helps you deepen your love. This is about vulnerability, Capricorn, and how you handle the vulnerability in your life. And Pluto having Death card and Judgment out, Pluto is calling you forward through this retrograde transformation and with your identity for Capricorn risings. But this will also relate to Capricorn suns in that way, because it is the role that you play. We're in your career house, Libra. For Capricorn risings, that will be double, right? So this is about the roles that you play, the relationships within those roles. And now for a lot of you, it'll feel like a fresh start. At first, it will feel like, before it gets clear and before you get clear on your values, your worth, and how you want to spend your time and your energy, and how you're choosing to do that within creation, within what you've learned about yourself through creating, through bringing yourself through that process, and how that changes your nervous system based off of like how much the ceiling that you've given yourself, and now it's bursting through the ceiling, and you realize you do have the strength, right? More than ever, you do have the strength. And now you have the strength to decide what you truly want to do and put your energy into, because your mental health, how you think, your resources depend on it. And then it also is about, and maybe for some of you, it's that dichotomy of like, there could be a Leo and a Scorpio in position. Maybe they're your bosses or the people, maybe if you're finding a new job or you're coming into a new role or you're getting a raise or you're getting a promotion, you may be recognized, you may be pulled in a couple different directions, but ultimately you realize what you can handle. You have the strength, you have the wherewithal, you have the spiritual power. And you also have Pluto on your side of this change. All of these small things turn into the big thing and ultimately call you forward through this time. by committing to the alchemization process, that your emotions are very much a mirror of your finances, where you need to be flexible with yourself, but where you need to demand that you pay attention, where Pluto is demanding that you pay attention, because this is also how you interact with others. There's also a lot of people out here at play. You know, there could be something could have happened with a Taurus who caused you to doubt yourself. But then there's a relationship perhaps with a Virgo or a Sagittarius that has called you forth into a different version of you. That they're those mirrors that reflect putting the energy into yourself, regardless of how they project that. And there's a Leo and a Scorpio. For those of you who have all these people in your life, I don't always feel called to do this, but I'm doing it with you, and we'll get more into it in the second part. But this is now the responsibility, the weight of your community, of how you're choosing to show up, be seen, the changes that you're going through, the commitment to the maturity, to the emotional intelligence, to the growth is taking you through a portal that is condensed because you feel called. Six of Wands at the start to Judgment at the end. There is a whole journey that you're going through, and towards the end of the month you'll feel that pull. You'll understand that every day you're literally and consciously, and all of those words, stepping forward into this transformation, this space in which you relate to others, being around different people, noticing what places that has brought you to, positive and negative, the experiences that you have. All of a sudden certain flashes come back. You also may be presented with an opportunity to deepen your relationship, and by trusting, you may need to go through a trust process with this person, especially if they have major Leo placements, and that trust is going to help transform and show each other that deep commitment within this transition. You guys will have a deeper commitment. Whoever's within that is both your romantic partner, soon to be romantic partner for those of you who are single, because those of you could meet someone who helps transform your life. There also may be, there will be a point where maybe distance, where you'll have to trust each other, trust yourself. And for those of you who do, and do, for lack of a better word, succeed in trusting yourself, that is a cause for you to honor this transformation that's happening and occurring within your identity, within your life, and the transition that you find yourself in, how you treat yourself during this transition, how you see and how you choose to, and that's the choice of words I was looking for, how you choose to criticize yourself, how you choose to critique yourself, how you choose to improve, any of those words, and what that means, and where the pressures lie, and where you feel worthy enough to be in this space, because this is exactly where you need to be to move forward, or else it wouldn't have brought you here. Because you decided to move forward, and all of this showed up. So much showed up. And if you've been calling in this, well, this is a life-changing moment. Because this is like loud, the world and judgment at the end. This is you coming through a time where you have needed so much strength in your heart, so much trust in your body, in your mind, because what's being revealed to you is that more than ever, choosing to commit is a discipline to care for yourself. And caring for yourself is a discipline, because it's easy in this world to choose instant gratification, which sometimes is great, but it doesn't get to the root. And for those of you who want to be absent or find discipline in an area, creating is what's coming up. It will help your mind shift. Doing art therapy is known to be like doing mushrooms, and mushrooms are our ancestors. This is also a time of grievance. So if grievance is coming up, you may be grieving yourself and how you use how it was before this abundance, before this idea, before all of the change has become, I'm mastering this thing right now. And for a lot of you, it's who you are, your place, how you show up, and what that means that you say yes to, what it means that you say no to, what it is that you're very clear and definitive with. I can't be more emphasized on that, but I'm excited to get into the next part. In order to hear yourself though, if you find it like hard to be within thought or be within your mind, slowly addressing yourself and reminding yourself that it's a safe space to think and to wander and to move through, because there's a trust within your masculine that is taking shape, and how your tone and how you present yourself, because you can use a tone for power for sure, but another form of power is revealed in how softly you approach something so vicious, which can also be a part of you, and choosing to be responsible for the abundance that you receive, whether it be money, ideas, both, love. You know, that's not the end. There's still care to be had, and there's a strength in that. You'll find even more support perhaps at that time as well. And again, committing to the health of your mind, the health of your body, Capricorn. I can't emphasize it enough. That will bring you through to the next process. But no, this will bring you through Scorpio season, Venus in Scorpio, and then into Scorpio season. It feels easier to be here, and it gets clearer, the edges get smoother, but it does get deeper. Okay? The depth of love. What you will do for the depth of love. How far will you go? And will you share it with the world? What will you share with the world, Capricorn? What is it that you want to leave behind? And who is the world to you? What is the world to you? If you're committing to the world, what does that look like? We'll get into it in the second part. We'll see you there. The links are below.